Good morning. I wanted to show you something since we were talking about using the digital version of our articles and highlighting and, sort of the difference between using pen and paper and using digital. And as I was working this morning, I realized that even though I am doing it digitally, there is sort of a pen and paper component to it. So first off, the device that I have is a Microsoft Surface, which has a pen. So this is the pen. And what I have open right now is my article, and I'm using Adobe Acrobat DC Pro. So it's not the Acrobat Reader. The Acrobat Reader only lets you read, but the Acrobat Pro lets you do highlighting and annotation. So to do the highlighting, and I'm using my pen as the selector, but you could use your mouse, I'm actually going to click here, and then you'll notice highlight is selected. So I'm already in highlight mode. And so what I then would need to do is highlight. So there's this sentence here that I want to highlight. And you'll notice it makes a note when I highlight. And I don't remember it doing this before. So, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to the fact that it makes it into a note. But you can edit that note. So that little icon that you see right there, if I click on it, there's the note. Okay. So then I can go here, and the default note is actually the information that you highlighted. Okay, here's the part where I wanted to share this with you because we talked about pen and paper and the advantage of actually writing something. So I do want to make a note about what I highlighted, basically why that I highlighted. So later, if I go look at it, I understand what I was thinking at the moment that I read this. So if I now go down to my keyboard or switch to keyboard mode, which is down here at the bottom, there is a keyboard mode that lets you do handwritten notes, and it'll actually convert it into type for you. And so here's where that pen and paper feeling comes in. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually delete the default note that it put, which is just it, including the text that I highlighted, because I don't need that in the note. I've already highlighted it. Okay, so now going to the area where I can actually write, and I'm sorry, I'm just moving this so I have a stable writing position. So now I can actually start writing here. Excuse my horrible handwriting. And what you'll see is as I'm writing, it's turning it to text here, and it's also turning it to text within that note. Okay, let me just finish writing the note. Okay, so now that I've written the note, so I wrote it here, and that gives me the pen to paper experience that I would like to have. Okay, but it's also translated up here in type, and then I just hit post, and it gets saved as a note in Acrobat. So then I can close the keyboard, close the note. My area is highlighted, the note is there so that I can reference it later. Okay, and then I can just continue on reading my article.